Hello again, it's Perry and Dennis in our Belize investment series. And today we're going to talk about prepping. Now, we've already spoken about prepping financially, being financially prepared for the future, investing in other words. Today we're going to be talking about literal prepping, the Doomsday Preppers. I mean, you don't have to be a Doomsday Prepper, but you might be thinking, I could do with a plan B. It'd be nice to have a plan B, just in case things go really south where I am. It'd be nice to have a little getaway so I can just get out of the danger zone, whatever that is, wherever that is, okay? So, prepping. Is there a use case? If I want to have a plan B of any kind, does Belize offer a decent use case for that?
Yeah, absolutely, Perry. In fact, this is going to be a fun video because this is something that I've been helping my clients with for many years, and I have a little team around me that can help with various aspects of this. So for example, in one of our videos, we talked about asset diversification.
Okay.
So not having all of your money come from where you live. So if I'm an American, not having all of my income flows come from the United States.
Right.
Same thing with England, same thing with Canada. So to get some of that income coming in from a different country, whether it's Belize or anywhere else in the world, to be frank. But now, what happens where you happen to be living is no longer financially secure?
Right.
All right. So that's where Belize comes in. So a couple of things you can do right off the bat is start to look for options in Belize where you can actually have some assets in Belize, not just property, but also an escape home, another bank account in Belize dollars, so a different form of currency. So not just American currency or US dollar. You can also hold currency down here in Belize dollars at one of the local banks. You can have an offshore bank, a Key Bank. Key Bank is right here in San Pedro. You can hold funds in US dollars, British pound sterling, euros, and Canadian dollars. So imagine this, if I'm an American and all I have are US dollar accounts, all I have is my US home, all I have is my US forms of income, what happens if the US takes a major hit somehow? It could be a major hit with a pandemic, with a war, with something else. Where could I go in the world to escape to so that now I have a literal plan B, and Belize could be that for a lot of our investors.
Okay. Legally.
Yeah.
Because it all sounds quite shady.
Okay.
It does,
Okay.
Having
Actually,
having a second bank account.
the wealthy have been doing this for years, and there's laws
okay.
you have to, for example, as Americans, we have to obey a law called FATCA, which is we have to actually report if we use other banks offshore, which is fine. U.S. government allows it. Right. It's fine that you have it. You have to report it. Other countries don't have these reporting issues. We as Americans do, which is fine. Little list of laws. It's fine.
Okay.
I can have as many bank accounts around the world as I want, as long as I do it the right way.
Okay.
But still, the protection is there.
Right.
For example, the money I have in Belize Bank,
Right.
if I need to get out of the United States and come down here to Belize, doesn't matter what's happening in the United States, I have money here to live.
Right.
I can buy food. I can buy gas for the golf cart. I can, buy medical care down here. I don't need US dollars because I have another source of currency right here in Belize.
Okay. And that again, it works. We've already spoken about things like investing in Airbnb, that kind of stuff.
Right.
So having a second source of income in case my job goes. Imagine AI.
Huh.
Yeah, AI takes my job.
Absolutely.
5 years from now.
And you work for a call center.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, AI does a better job than you do. You need to find another job. Hey, come down to Belize, man.
We're not on the same page when it comes to AI.
It's okay. I'll convert them.
So imagine I'm worried about my job, and let's face facts. We do live in a volatile world.
Absolutely.
Jobs can be lost. Jobs are being lost.
Right.
So, is the the Airbnb model a good second income?
So I would not rely on that. Okay. No, I would not rely on that. It can be a piece of the income, but I would not rely on that to meet your needs. I would like to talk about setting yourself up around the world to go Jason Bourne if you need to.
Okay.
Multiple passports, multiple residencies.
Okay.
Shell corporations all around the world. Trust foundations. This is the way the wealthy have been protecting their assets for decades now.
Is it legal?
Absolutely, absolutely legal. You just have to get a proper company to set you up, and it's absolutely legal. So, for example, it's very legal to have multiple forms of residency around the world.
Okay.
For example, you as a Brit,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have residency in France. You're getting your legal residency here in Belize.
Yeah, yeah.
That'll be 3 countries that you have residency in. Along with your residency in France, you could probably travel to other Schengen countries and
Right.
establish yourself there. So think about that. Your multiple residencies mean you have multiple options.
Right.
You don't have to find another job in England if AI took your job.
Right.
You can look for a job in France. You can look for a job in Belize
Right.
because you have these multiple residencies.
Okay.
Take it a step further. What about your passport? Right now, how many passports do you have?
Just the one.
Okay.
But my mum's Irish. I could have a second one. I could have
okay.
a second one.
Excellent.
This year I'm going to get a second one.
Excellent,
Yeah.
excellent. So right now you have 1 passport. What happens when your British passport is compromised somehow? For example, there's a lawsuit against you in England, and all of a sudden your passport is now nullified.
Okay.
You can't travel. You're stuck. Another passport, for example, be here 5 years in Belize, apply for your second passport. Now all of a sudden you have a world that opens up to you. Not only do you have a Belizean passport, but now you become a member of CARICOM, which means you can travel to many other of the Caribbean islands and legally live and work because you have a secondary passport.
Okay.
All right, so now imagine this as an American. As an American, I have my American passport. What happens if something happens, I can't travel on this passport anymore.
Right.
All right, our country doesn't want me there because I'm an American. Boom, I'm a Belizean.
Right.
Completely legal. So some of the best preppers I know, multiple residencies, multiple citizenships
Okay.
for preservation of their life, their health, and their wealth.
Okay, but the preppers that I know of, the kind of, because I do watch YouTube videos about prepping and that
Okay.
kind of stuff. I find them fascinating, and I do like the idea of having that self-sufficiency, being self-sufficient.
Right.
In my experience, preppers want to move to a place, an area that's completely out of the way. I mean,
Right.
so off-grid is exactly what they're looking for.
Yeah.
But they don't want to move to a holiday resort because
Yeah.
that's, you know,
Yeah.
I want to live somewhere completely off the beaten track.
That's it.
Can I do
That's
that?
it. Yeah, exactly. So I love watching Doomsday Preppers, and you go down to their bunkers, and they have all this
kind of
food
stuff.
supply and water supply. My question to them is, do you think a natural disaster or a man-made disaster is going to catch you living at home, right? Or do you think what you have set up is going to be viable long-term?
Right.
I tell you what, right now what's going on in the United States, you have protests, you have all sorts of things going on, you have things going on in the East, in Middle East, you have things going on in Europe.
Yeah.
The ability to have something at home, be prepared at home, wherever home is, but also have a secondary location that you can bug out to. So for example, here in Belize, you're right, you know, maybe staying at the Alaya Resort isn't your bug out location,
Right.
you know,
Right.
but on the mainland of Belize, you can have 1 to 5 acres, 10 acres of property. You're in the jungle, you come in quietly, no one knows you're there. You have all your food supplies,
Right.
you're self-sufficient, all your power is through solar, you got your own water maker, you can bug out there for a year or 2. And the thing about Belize is as a country, it's self-sufficient.
Right.
All right, grows all their own food, doesn't
Okay.
need any imports from around the world to survive, simple lifestyle. During COVID, Belize thrived because they didn't need anything from anybody. You
Right.
say that about the United States or Europe, they need the shipment of goods from China, the containers. Belize doesn't need that.
Right.
So Belize is a great place to create a bug out location.
Okay.
Yeah.
But again, you mentioned the Jason Bourne earlier.
Yeah.
We're not suggesting that
I
you
mean-
go rogue, whatever you're doing, you know.
No, but you can
do
go
it
quiet.
legally. Do
Yeah,
it legally.
no.
And
Do it legally, but also don't be afraid of, oh, I can't do this because there's something sketchy about it.
Right.
There's nothing sketchy about this.
Okay.
You yourself have multiple residencies.
Yeah.
I have multiple residencies. I have residency in France.
Yeah.
I have residency here in Belize, and I have my citizenship in the United States.
Right, yeah.
That's it. Very, very easy to do. Yeah.
Okay. So how long would it take to get residency? Talking of residency, if I was like a resident of Belize,
Yeah.
that would mean traveling to and from, make it much more easy to do that.
Right.
How long would it take me to get my residency?
So there's different types of residency that you can get in Belize. There is coming down and trying to get a work permit, which leads to residency in a year. There's the QRP program, which is a qualified retired persons program.
Okay.
But the easiest way to do this, Perry, the hands down easiest way, you come into the country. Let's say I come in the country January 1st. I have to stay for 1 year,
Right.
1 calendar year. I can leave for 14 days in the calendar year. The next January 1st, I can apply for residency.
Okay.
And if it's approved, I've never seen not approved, you get a card, a residency card that is good forever.
Okay.
It never needs to be renewed. Come and go as you please. After 5 years of having a residency card, I can get a passport.
Okay.
All
So
right.
1 year, you get residency.
Yes,
That lasts indefinitely.
indefinitely.
And
Yeah.
after 5 years,
Dual
be a
citizenship,
citizen.
or
Be a
yeah,
citizen.
multiple citizenship. Yeah.
so America allows that?
America
Dual
allows that.
citizenship?
Yep,
Okay.
absolutely.
How about
Absolutely.
triple. Imagine someone's already American and French, or
Depends on the country.
Okay.
For example, some countries, I'm not sure if this is true in France or in other countries we have in Europe, some countries, in order to get residency or citizenship in their country, you have to renounce
Okay.
your other countries. But Belize doesn't like that.
Right.
No, Belize isn't like that. Yeah.
Okay. So
there you
Belize
go.
won't be the problem. If there
Nope.
is a problem with
It'll be your
triple
own- yeah,
residency
exactly.
or triple citizenship, it won't be Belize that's the problem.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. And so on the subject of living off grid,
Yeah.
we've covered this a little in other videos, but how easy is it?
So in Belize, as you mentioned earlier, we have a large percentage of homes in this country who are off-grid for one reason or another.
Right.
Not everyone lives close to a power source,
Right.
certainly not a water source. So for example, there are a lot of villages in Belize that have power source, but they don't have a water source, because to make water in one area and get it all to another area, it's not easy. Power is easier than water.
Right.
So water, using rainwater cisterns, reverse osmosis systems, using solar for power with a backup generator.
Okay.
Very, very easy to do in Belize. Whether you're here on the island of Ambergris Caye, Secret Beach, anywhere on the island, or if you go to the mainland, it works very well because we have a lot of sunshine and we do get enough rain so we can create our own water.
Right. Yeah, we are in the Caribbean, and
Yeah,
we are
exactly.
in rainy season now, and
Absolutely.
we're getting some rain.
Yeah.
So, what percentage would you say of Belize is off grid, roughly?
Off-grid. It's hard to say because neighborhoods, especially in Belize, usually build around infrastructure.
Right, of course.
So, of course, on the mainland, if you get a larger population of Belizeans building, you're probably going to be close to power. Maybe not water, but close to power. Here on Ambergris Caye, it's a little different. Anything north of the bridge,
Okay.
all right, so you know that little bridge we
Yeah,
come across,
yeah.
anything north does not have access to city water.
Right.
So, for example, right behind me, you see that blue tower out there?
Yeah.
That's Belize Water Service.
Okay.
That provides water for all of San Pedro town,
Okay.
including where we're sitting right now in Mahogany Bay Village.
Okay.
But across the bridge, so all those homes, resorts, businesses, hotels,
I was going to say
grocery stores.
there are hotels out there.
Yeah, exactly. And none of that has access to this water.
Right. So
Yeah.
they all have their own water supply.
Absolutely.
Basically, so we've got entire hotels
Yes.
that are off grid.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Even with the power? No.
So some hotels are off-grid when it comes to
Okay.
power. In fact, you're on Secret Beach. You have several beautiful Airbnbs, boutique hotels that operate completely off-grid.
Right.
They use solar, backup generator. It's not a problem.
Okay. That's impressive that even
Yeah.
hotels are using
Yeah.
basically off grid.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about getting here?
Getting here. This is the nice thing about getting here.
That's the thing about, because prepping, it's great having a plan B, but if you can't get there, then
Exactly.
what then?
Exactly. So the number one easiest way is to fly if you're allowed, if your country allows you to fly here. Right? Think about my American clients. If the U.S. for some reason shut down their airspace, most of my clients in the U.S. can drive to Canada
Okay.
or drive over to Mexico,
Okay.
catch a flight from those countries, or you can literally drive here, which some of my clients do, from the United States and Canada. You can drive right to Belize, cross the border here at Chetamall.
Door to door,
Absolutely. Yeah.
by car.
By car.
And you
yeah.
Americans,
Yeah.
you do some driving. In England, it's literally 300 miles end to end.
Yeah. Yeah.
You do that to get a bagel. It's ridiculous. I can't believe I was in South Carolina, and I'm not kidding, to go shopping. That's a holiday for us.
Yeah.
We don't normally drive that far to go on vacation. It's ridiculous.
Exactly.
So, okay.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so you really can drive all the way from the US down to.
Absolutely.
Belize.
And for our high net worth clients, our international airport here does accept private jets.
Right.
So on a daily, weekly basis, we're having private jets come down from all of the major hubs in the United States.
Right.
You land your private jet, get off, and boom, you're
Okay.
good to go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Good to know.
Yeah.
So if you are thinking of prepping,
Yeah.
bugging out, being a legal Jason Bourne,
Yeah.
then Belize does seem to have a fair number of options for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anything else?
Not that I can think of. I'm just trying to think. Oh,
Okay.
you mentioned that Belize is self-sufficient. Could I grow my own food here?
That's one of the things that preppers are looking for. Can I be self-sufficient growing my own food? So on the island, it's a little more difficult due to space limitations.
Right.
It would take a large amount of space to grow your own food. Although you can do it for a hobby, but
Okay.
practicality, you're not going to be feeding a family of 4 with food you're growing here. On the mainland, for example, some of the properties I have at Caves Branch, you get a full acre of land, full acre of jungle land, build your house on just a small portion of it. You can grow avocados, bananas, plantains, all the fruits and vegetables you want on your acre. You can be completely self-sufficient, have chickens. With chickens, you have protein, you have eggs.
Yeah.
It's a really good way to go, especially on the mainland.
Yeah.
And what I would recommend is you get probably at least 2 acres.
Okay.
1 acre just to sort of farm, another acre to have as sort of your overflow, your greenhouses,
Okay.
you know, a larger water treatment plant for the home in your garden. But yeah, absolutely. On the mainland, if you're a prepper looking for a plan B to truly exit, I would do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
How much would 2 acres cost me?
So right now, in a nice area, that's secure, that's private. Again, preppers like away from the
Exactly.
prying eyes. So if I wanted to bug out, go in the jungle, no one knows I'm there, I could get 2 acres for around starting at 65 to 75,000 US.
Okay.
With seller financing.
Okay.
10% down, 10% interest for up to a 30-year loan.
Okay. And what would it cost me? Because the only, it's a two-edged sword, isn't it? Being completely off-grid, being completely, off the beaten path. It is a two-edged sword because yes, it's true. You've got your privacy.
Yeah.
You're secluded.
Yeah.
You're kind of out of the way, which is great. But it also means building's going to be a problem because let's face it, there isn't a dual carriageway leading up to your property.
Ah.
So how do you get the materials to build a house to the property, and how much would it cost? Let's say we're saying a 3-bedroom apartment, a 3-bedroom house.
Okay.
How much would that cost?
So first of all, the properties that we sell always have access. So we don't sell properties that don't have any access because it's useless to our clients to have a property that doesn't have any access.
Right.
So the properties we sell, you will always be able to get materials there by road, by boat, by barge, some means of getting your materials. That's not a problem. Build costs are going to vary. If you're truly a doomsday prepper, I recommend solid concrete, all right, bunker style house, solid, right? With safety features in mind, like roll down hurricane shutters and being able to have safe rooms, everything. Something like that, I think you're looking at around 125 to 150 US a square foot. And then you want to have some little additional features in there too, like, if I have to go truly bug out, where I'm going to spend 30 days in my home, what are the comforts that I want while I'm completely closed off? So we have been doing some research on how to make that happen in Belize. And what I'll do is, if our clients want that, I'll put together a PDF and send them what it would take to really bug out in Belize.
Truly bug out.
Yeah,
I really think that would be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Because certainly those that are genuinely interested in bugging out, they need all the details, they need all the facts. They need to know they really can do this because they don't want to bug out here and then realise,
now what?
Now what?
Yeah.
They need all the answers up front. So that would be a useful PDF to have.
Yeah.
So I think that's it for
Diversification for preservation.
Right.
Right? Preservation of your life is number one.
Of course.
All right. Put yourself, your physical self, in an area where you feel more protected. Number 2 is financial preservation, which goes along with physical.
Yeah.
So financial, how can you diversify where you're not dependent on one currency, one source of income, or on one government, or on one passport? All right. Third is health preservation. Where can you be where you're going to be at your healthiest, where you have access to medicine and doctors, things like that. So that's a whole other topic. Right, so it's a multiple-edged sword when it comes to looking at preserving your life. It's not just your life.
Yeah.
It's your health. It's your wealth. It's everything that goes along with it. Along with your, do you even want to live in this area?
Yeah.
Okay, you're living, but what's there to do? What's your life going to be like? Belize has a lot to offer when it comes to that too.
Okay. Healthcare.
Healthcare.
Right. So I get here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna, let's suppose I'm not comfortable with the way things are going in America right now. Just for whatever reason, something's going on. I'm not happy. I want to just get outside of the country and let things settle down.
Yeah.
So I'm here.
Yeah.
I'm going to be here a few months.
All right.
I get ill.
Okay.
Then what?
great question for our next video. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned because we're going to do a deep dive in the healthcare situation here on Ambergris Caye, also on the mainland of Belize, and to show you what happens if you come down here, you have a heart attack, a stroke, you get sick, something happens, cancer, what do you do?
AI
Stay
takes
tuned.
your job and you just get deep depression.
Exactly, that could happen. AI could take your job, you get depression, now what? Do you have therapists here in Belize?
All of that.
All right, stay tuned. We're gonna really deep dive into this. Thanks, Barry.
Thanks a lot. Cheers, man.